It's 11:02 EST. Time for Mike and me to bat around the markets. We've had a couple of negative weeks. I just want to review the S&Ps quickly. I'll update metals, currencies, all that stuff tomorrow on my weekly wrap. But viewers know that I talked about the 2-week reversal a few weeks ago. Then we had followed through last week and follow through again today. But I talked about this 9-week moving average at 51.5, 51.49, and this uptrend that once it's broken, it opens up a lot of space underneath the market. So if 51.49, and it was tough, and it held a few times, was support, it now becomes supply. Okay, so I was talking earlier in the day that, way NVIDIA was acting, and the title of this, Mike, is Can the Market Recover with some geo risks taken off the table, which over the weekend, people aren't going to be as worried because Passover begins sundown Monday night. So it's unlikely that Israel retaliates over the weekend like Iran did on the weekend. Actually, when did they do it? It was Saturday night. So they did it on the Jewish Sabbath. What a great, they did it Saturday night.
So they did they did the wrong thing at the right time.
Well, there is something called the Yom Kippur War. So, they do have a tendency to want to hit Israel on holidays and
Yeah.
high holidays. So, uh, anyway, that could open the door for recovery. And what was I talking about? 51.50. This was the 51.49. Look out, 51.50 held, nice rally. But then once it gave way, we have this decline. And the market actually topped 2 days after the equinox in spring on the
No,
23rd.
noted. I got you. Noted.
And
I
this
won't
high
argue with
right
it.
here, and this bounce was into the eclipse. This is the 8th. So it was a secondary high into the eclipse. So, don't tell me not looking in the skies. It's just fool's errand because, there's the evidence. You could call it coincidence.
No, it just
Anyway,
expands the sample size, and
yeah,
with that's fine.
yeah. So I also noticed, I'd sell rips. Okay, I
Yeah,
still think you sell rips.
of course.
I'm not convinced this correction. If you watched the video, The Anatomy of a Correction, you'll know how to do it next time. I think it was a week from last Tuesday, and I still think 4,800 is very viable. Maybe 46, but I'm thinking at least 48. We've already retraced almost 23%. 38 is 48.22. Halfway back is 46.85. So that could be an area too for this pullback to hold. And then I've thought that there might be a chance that NVIDIA doesn't look bad on the 4 hour. It looks incomplete to me, this pattern, a little double top, never made a new high. So it looks incomplete to me, Mike, that we could maybe still go to a grand during this window of recovery in the S&Ps.
It's one of
So
those stocks that at this level, you either have to own it, not really trade it at this point. It's
yeah,
more of a gauge, although I get the 9-week moving average. That's evident and good spot. A couple of them bounced, but after AMD is down precipitous up $2, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, even Apple trying to break down is holding short term. I don't think we'll get back to 78. So I mean, there's been a lot of sweeps in Apple. It's shown some relative strength, but it's sure not showing any today. Um, if I get a rally back to 72 to 74, I'd put shorts out. So that's it. That's what I see S&P wise. I don't think the correction's over. I do have some turning points. I've become less bullish a dollar up here, and I'll
huh?
talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
And then watch this chart. It's important. TLT. So here you go. We've had a throw over. This is a 4 hour chart. You need it to close back over 89, to negate this throw over. Because I tell you what, there's two scenarios. Either we're bottoming in here
Pardon.
right now, we're bottoming, or if there's really a problem with the new, uh, we have a refunding package coming up, then you could actually see yield spike again for a third drive in TLT, third drive to a bottom. That's going to come in under those lows we had in October. So it's got to make a stand here to get this to have another one of these. I think it's probable.
I'm liking those red dots a lot better than the spaghetti indicator, by the way.
Yeah, dots are good. So I had this dot here when we were here. So, it's completing. And the other lesson is, and I've had to learn it several times, just because you have a line somewhere and it did bounce off the line, but nothing impressive, doesn't mean it's a buy signal.
Uh-huh.
It might be a target, but it's not a reverse. And now it's easy. You just wait for it to close back inside this formation, and that's a green light.
Majority of the time, that's usually a fake out. It's usually
Yeah, could be. Could be.
what.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so 10-year kind of similar, got to 468.
What about the
You
VIX,
know,
Coach?
the VIX
That
will,
melted back after having
yeah,
the pop.
yeah, but it melted back to, 17.
That's
If I
good.
told you a couple of weeks ago we'd be at 17, you would have doubted it. So, but
That's correct. I would have. I would have.
I do think you can, with a move to 5150, maybe we pull back to, 16, 15, but I don't think we take these out. Not now, not till the correction's complete. But it's a crummy vehicle because we were a lot higher Friday and it closed better. It was already there Friday and was barely able to make a new
Well, the VIX was
high.
negative. The VIX was negative all day yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Even when the market was lower, right?
I don't, Coach. It's easy short. What's that? It's easy short job.
Oh, it's easy, short vol. Because
Oh, that's cool. How do you
anyway,
do that? I want to do that in the back of my charts.
I don't know, you
That,
have to have some kind of drawing tool to
well,
do that.
I'm sure
All right.
Alexis or one of the team members know what to do.
All right. So that's my take on, what's going on here
Oh,
and what's leading the way on this recovery bounce that we're getting today in S&Ps, Mike. I'm going to surrender the screen to you.
dead cat bounces, Coach.
Yeah,
Right here. Okay. Let's look at a CGC. Up nicely today, $1.38. Big move, right? This
yeah,
morning from 660 to 780. They'll
yeah,
take it, right? If you're
yeah,
stuck underwater, you've been waiting for the thing to pop.
yeah. Look
I
where it
don't know
held.
if it's what's that?
It held at a real important level.
Well, it did, but I think it's going to have some basing or some side of sideways action if it's going to have another leg up. But would you say this is short covering or dip buying?
Dip buying.
Touche.
Pulled back to the moving averages and breakout.
Let's give the number one speculative stock arguably out there for the whole move up was Root, CGC, ACB, days on high value. There's Root, okay? So
Yeah,
this one peaked at 86. Now it gave back to 52, but yeah, it is above yesterday's close.
yeah.
But Root, it's up $1.50. Is this a short squeeze or a first? There are a lot of these situations happening today. CELH, another one, was the number one ripper. All right, so it's below the 50-day. I understand it has a little bit of volume. It's still up $2, but who's going to trust this thing? If you're long this thing, and bought it a couple of days ago from 74, you're looking to get out, not add to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could recover with the S&Ps. I would say that, a few of these issues you showed me, I would just do some fib work on them from the high to maybe today's low and look to sell a retrace
JT. Oh, I can't even talk.
like this. Oh my gosh.
That's Donald Trump
That's a
Enterprise.
transports?
No, that's Donald Trump Media.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, okay.
I'm in it. I was in it yesterday. I think I sold it at 28 and a half. And I was happy.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean, the stock was open. It was 22 that morning. Look,
yeah.
I sold it at 28. I sold it up 20% yesterday and didn't flinch. Am I upset it went to 32? No, actually I am. Because what? Stock has 10 million. His stock is trading tremendous range and volume.
All right. I would look for a right shoulder, see to the left of the highs.
Yeah, I see that.
Looks like 31-ish, and then it went above 31. What time frame are we looking at right now?
Of the 4 hour, you're the 4 hour one. No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fine.
no, I'll go to a 10 minute
Oh,
as
I
well.
can't make calls off 10-minute charts. But anyway,
It's two
it looked
weeks.
like there was going to be a right shoulder developing on that. Was that the 4 hour?
This is the 1 hour. That goes back. It goes back 3 months. Is that enough?
I don't know. Whatever chart we were on when I noticed that, I'm not sure what the time frame was. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think this is rally to sell, maybe back at, but it could go to 45 first.
The only thing about this is this 30% short interest. This is not a normal vehicle.
Yeah. Okay. So, a right shoulder would come in around 60 if you look to the left of it.
And that's
Okay.
okay. Believe me, if I
That's a
was,
left shoulder. And then we have a
yeah, right here.
high. Yeah. Then we have the head over at the top. And now maybe it develops a right shoulder. Under 24, it's BK time. So anyway, 24, it's going to look under that 24 level. That's where it broke out. So, like everything else, could bounce. What's that? AMD?
AMD.
It could bounce to
I
75.
bought it and I sold it.
Okay.
I bought it, so bought it here, building a
Yeah, look,
position, sold it. Hold on, let me get to a
it's
larger chart.
really, it's lost 30% from its highs.
Yeah, well, you know what?
25, 30%. Look at that.
All right, first day up. I know it might open up tomorrow if it's the first day up with volume. I get it, but there's overhead supply. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
a
can't
ton.
rally $8, but the easy, oh, listen, though, the easy long money's been over. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, it could rally to 178.
Well, that's fine to take some money out. I wouldn't complain about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Meta acting well. Netflix, I believe, is the first one to come with earnings. Not bad. If you're looking at option flow sweeps, Gold's actually took some money off. I don't see anything, Coach. No one.
Okay. Yeah. What do you
CLSK is
mean?
taking some calls, but okay, that's already up. What? 12%.
Yeah.
Goes to the 50-day. Maybe I look to be shorting a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
3 days up doesn't mean it
Yeah.
can't go back here. But I'm right now after a stock that goes from 1350 coming up here a little bit extended. Maybe I'll show. I'm not saying that I'm not looking to make 20%. I'm looking to take some money out of here. That's all.
This is what I do. If the S&Ps get to that 51.5 level, still 100 handles from here, about, I'd look at anything that's not showing good relative strength and sell it, short it.
I
So
agree.
I
Yeah.
would use that as a key, the 5150 level in S&Ps. If you want to be a seller of equities, use the index as a guide to where this this bounce might run out of juice.
Great, Coach. Semiconductor. Oh, by the way, why did things get weak today, to my opinion, before some geopolitical news, if you will? Taiwan Semiconductor opened up. Stock was opened, I think the high of this morning. This is important. Let's go, hold on. Let's go to today. Let's go to this morning. Settings, let's go to 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. Stock was, after earnings, it was, well, okay, let's even say it settled at 141. Okay, Taiwan Semi, arguably the biggest leader out there. By the time the market opened today, 9:30, it was 131. Gave that $10 and went negative. So there's Taiwan Semi. So yes, you bought a quality name on the dip on a reversal, but it was positive, then went negative, now positive. Is it short covering? It's up to the 50-day. You know my rule about the 50-day. Maybe the story's over for a little bit. ASML did the same thing.
Yeah, maybe it wants that gap.
Yeah.
And
JP
there's another
Morgan.
gap at 780.
Well, let's go to the Goldman. Let's go to the Big Daddy. Goldman.
Wow. Got,
Hanging.
yeah.
Okay, it's Goldman acting well, and now Morgan Stanley. Now JP Morgan's not. So they like banks better than they like investments better than they like Bank of America. So I might look to short that too. I
Yeah,
don't know
nice
about the
pullback.
banks yet.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a bond rally.
The
That
market's
shouldn't
up
hurt.
nicely. The crude stocks aren't up that much. They would normally be up nicely. Even the solar stocks, the market has a nice bounce, evenly mixed. Alcoa, I know it's not a barn burner, but I traded this morning. I shorted this Alcoa. I shorted it this morning. Something $36. It was strong by 940. It was 33. Coach, that's $3 on Alcoa. That's more macro than people would like to do. I know the trade might be over to a degree, but when they take profits of 10 to 12% on a stock like Alcoa, it's like Home Depot. So maybe they're selling the news on some of these commodities, and it looked like they did in on the opens. Newmont pulled back, didn't it? I haven't really
Yeah.
looked at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Newmont
silver
pulled.
looks like it's weaker than gold. Newmont, we could pull back. We're still in a pullback mode. So the shares didn't make new highs when the metals did the other day last week. So
If
anyway,
and coach,
pullback, I know I said pullback earlier, but it looks like it's going to happen here. So,
if this was
huh?
if this was a if this was a I believe it, if this was I hear you and I agree. If this was a week ago, everybody be loading up on Newmont at the 200 day. A week ago, because gold's looked a lot better. I'd be buying Newmont here, right here. See this green bar?
Yeah.
This is what it should be doing here, and it's not.
Where's the blue moving average come in?
50 day, it's up here in the top, 34.65 right
All
here.
right, there you go, 34-ish.
Yeah, I agree. Matter of fact, I might get the highlighter.
Okay, do it. Get the highlighter out. It's actually acted better. It outperforms and underperforms. Before we bottomed, it was underperforming GDX, and since we bottomed, it's outperforming GDX.
Coach, we've been this one, AEM's hanging in there, and the other one,
Yeah,
SA. Remember I put that SA up? I
yeah.
don't know what it's done. I've looked at it. SA taking a lot of calls. So they look they're going for South African and not a lot of uh home bred stocks, if
Well,
you will. Meta.
that may tie in with what I'm looking for as far as a peak in the dollar, because the rand has been under pressure. So, maybe that's another aspect.
All right. Well, this is a time where you don't let your trades turn into positions if something's not going your way. It's one of those markets. I don't know. UA, oh my God, help me.
Well, keep in mind that level in S&Ps if we see it in the next several days. That's going to be key. We reclaim it, and maybe that was the end of the correction. I don't think we should have closes over 51.50 if that breakdown was real. So, know where you're wrong. I know where,
No, you
it
have to have a plan to
becomes,
know where you're wrong. You
it
just don't say,
becomes,
"Oh, damn, I'm
yeah,
wrong."
the
Usually, it's too
correction's
late.
over if we close
Yeah,
back over that level. And close, keyword. Okay, so
close.
yeah,
Well, we always talk about the pros at the close, right, Coach?
yeah,
That's what's important. I mean, the real risk comes with the money overnight.
yeah.
You can get out during the day. So the pros are the ones that maybe have a little bit more of a queue or edge in risk to reward overnight. So that's why I put more credence in the. No, I don't. The majority of people, if not all, that I've learned from or know of, put credence in the close, yourself included. Here's the most active list. Stocks like BPTH normally trades 45,000 shares a day, trade 60 million. There's something for always something to do. Bottom line is, the Qs, the
Well, it
reverse.
looks like Tesla got to my 150 number I
Yeah,
talked about for a
got
long
below,
time.
got to 148. So here
Well,
are the usual guys. AMD, we brought
yeah,
up already, right, Coach? We
yeah,
brought up Taiwan Semiconductor. I brought up
yeah.
UAL. This it's silver with CLS. So HYG, high credit, FXI, China,
China.
Ericsson's up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That says a lot. So Ericsson's up there.
Okay. Nice session, bro.
Well, thanks for leading, coaches. I'm a little under the weather, but there's the percent gainers on the day. For those that want to go to our YouTube channel, if I go too fast, you miss it. Play the recording, pause it, and this is the list. You didn't miss it. Percent losers on the day right here. Those, that's your menu. You want to go out to lunch? This is not dinner. Dinner is at the close. This is the lunch menu. You want to take some money out of the market? This is what you start building off of. You start taking note of things, and hopefully it turns into something bigger. But these are the moves on the downside. I showed the upside, so have a plan, know your pivots, and go back and probably watch this video again.
Yeah. So you know what? Besides us talking about market direction and trades, etc., when we provide analysis, we're also teaching. So every video that you see up there, and there's over 1,000, are also instructional and give you the whys behind the ideas and the hows so that you could repeat it on your own. You don't
Well,
want to become dependent on anyone. You want to be independent of everyone.
no, that's correct. We know you want, this is a fishing boat. We want to charter it and we'll bait the hook and you want to, I'll cast it. You want to catch a fluke by yourself, bravo. But you want to charter your own boat. The question is, we're not, finally, is that we're not trying to teach on some infomercial, trying to teach something new. Everything is an amalgamation of 100 years basic of experience. We don't have an algorithm, anything. It's option flow, volume tells the story, always will. It's trend. Trend
And
is
we
your
don't
friend.
have and we don't have a model where you come in to the free room where all you do is get teased with a few ideas, maybe, but they keep the good stuff behind the paywall. Okay. I know that's the model. We lay it all out there. And you could call this promoism under our YouTube, but what are we promoting? Something that's free? Okay, so there we go.
We're allowed to
I,
promote it.
I rest.
TradeView Markets is such a behemoth that you're allowed to allocate a sector to do what we do in order to make everything else bigger. There's no catch here. I
Yeah,
could retire. We could retire, coach. I'm 51 years old. I'm not doing this for free. We want people to be longevity. I feel like we have a legacy. Well, it's like, I feel like, you ever see that show Moonshiners, coach?
no.
Ah, well, I feel like I got something to teach before it becomes obsolete. That's all.
Okay.
Look
Well,
at this
you do.
handsome guy there. Look at that.
I've learned from you.
Touche.
Okay, so have a great rest of the day, Mike.
You too, coach. I'll let you
All
know
right,
things
don't
go.
just count your pips, count your blessings. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Mike and I do kind of a weekly wrap up individually, so tune in for that tomorrow. And it won't cost you anything. It might cost you if you don't watch.
That's true, Echo. Good saying, Joe,
Okay,
coach. What's the
that might
look at the
cost you.
opportunity
Yeah,
cost in business
yeah,
school? What's
there
it
you
going to
go.
cost you
I mean,
about
this
losing money?
correction in S&Ps didn't surprise our viewers. I prepped them for it 2 weeks ago. So anyway, everyone, see you in the room. See you
Yes,
in the room,
cheers.
Mike.
Thank you, coach. Thanks for everything.
Feel
Cheers.
better, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Adios.